Okay, we are up. We are running. I guess the only thing to say now is hello, everybody. It is Badger Wild, and we are here with a live stream today. Going to be looking over the decorative blocks for the new Signal update. The Signal update itself, I'm going to have to play around with the Signal stuff and see if I can figure out how some of it works. Tutorials will be coming. I have to do tutorials on it because it actually seems like I can do a whole lot more with this in terms of alerts and adding just quality of life features to my builds now, especially mining. I think I can probably make a miner that lets you know when you filled up or when your stuff's getting low and stuff like that. Anywho, hello everyone. I am your host today on this lovely stream. I am Badger Wild, saying thank you for coming today. A little late, little late. Job required me to work a little bit later than normal. We're going to try and get that 1 hour in with you guys today that you also look forward to doing. And what we're going to do first off is I'm going to be checking out the new decorative blocks that are coming in because these I can talk about. This is not really much gameplay changing other than it's going to enhance your builds, make them look better. So we're going to be going through. First off is the new corridor blocks. You can see here we've got all these nice corridors. We also have these nice side doors and all that. I think we're missing something in here too. But now we have these submarine type doors, which are I can't wait to build something tiny with these. And then also the old what is it? The the bed blocks that we used to have, or that we now have, that are like half a block wide on the large blocks. Like what is it? 1.5 by 3 meters. The bed. But you can now make some pretty interesting corridors. We've got these corridors here. Check these out. We also got a stowage corridor. Checking it, the stowage has 3,000 liters of stowage. I don't think this thing can hook up to anything else, so there's no hooking it up. But for that little ship that goes off, you could set up a nice little corridor here. Just a long corridor. And block by block, you could just build a bed area. Put your little bed here, put your little stowage with all your stuff. I wish they would animate these stowages as well, so when you added like guns and stuff to it, you would have guns pop up. So really cool having that. But mainly it's like the corridor blocks just with a different skin. But there are some caveats. Right here we have a sunroof. So this could be an area of the ship where you've got like being able to look up, your window can be up there. Or here you can have windows on either sides. I think there's one with a window. Yeah, there's this one here which has a window on one side. So you can only put a window on one side if you want to. We've got all the other functions. We've got the cross function. We've got the T junction. We got one with a light, one without. Going in, we also have these new blocks here. Let me throw my light on real quick. That have these corner areas. These are for like making big hallways. So now you can do a single run hallway. Let me pull these up here real quick. And we'll just throw one in here. Side by side, kind of, so you can see what I'm talking about. You can now make hallways that are 1 block wide, but make them look even bigger than they normally are. People have been doing this with the one angular one, and then we've got blocks here to create angles and stuff, so we can have an angle going through here. You can actually take this angle block here and just add another one, just make a corner piece, or you can have this angle off into another direction, make the whole ship kind of flow however you want to float. We've got a nice corner piece there, just wonderful stuff. We have the new antenna. This is the compact antenna, and this is the one for the big blocks. This is not the small one. This is something that amazed me because we used to have that gigantic cell tower looking antenna. I can see I'm having some frame rate issues right now, but that's to be expected. I'm busy planting and spraying right now. Is there a new pack available for vanilla? Yes, Lindsay Bose. Yes, this is the Signals update, and they've actually introduced a part of this update, you can do stuff. I'm not quite sure how this is working, but apparently we can now create Wi-Fi. One of the things that they showed was they could put a satellite up in space that when it detected bad guys, it would activate a red alert kind of situation down on your base on the planet via the laser antenna. So with that in mind, and we also, those of you that didn't get to watch the live stream, they stated that now you're also going to be able to put systems in place that will alert you when you're doing stuff inside your ship, i.e., if they mentioned if your ship gets low on power, or if you're running low on hydrogen, it'll alert you. I'm wondering if this will allow us to how do I say this? I'm wondering if this will allow us to get, like when I'm mining, if my storage gets to a certain capacity, it'll then tell me, hey, your storage, it'll give me an alert saying that the storage is at capacity or something. So then I'm not sitting there looking at my storage, like, because different materials weigh different amounts in the game. So it may take 2,000, may take like 2,800 to fill up a medium cargo container on stone, but then it takes 2,700 to fill up a cargo container on straight iron. So this would tell you, hey, you're maxing out. It's time to go back and fix your deal. So pretty cool. I think they also showed launching drones with just a push of a button. In other words, the new update gives us Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And everything's better with Bluetooth. We all know this. By the way, we got some new... we got this small antenna. This is the decorative pack, which I've bought. This is all the decoration stuff you can get with it. So it does all this nice decorative stuff. These are the new pillars and junk. I can't remember what it's called. Pillars and reinforcements, I believe. They showed them making, actually taking these and building like space station things and stuff. New small antenna finally? Yes, yes. There's a new small antenna with this. Been able to do that with an event block already. Yeah. Cargo percentage. I'll look at that. But this will now give you an alert. This now sets up an alert to your system when it is built up. Also, you can do Wi-Fi with it. I think it will auto lock. I think you'll lock on with the laser, and the laser will then tell you if something's in proximity. Or in other words, now you've got early warning systems. We can now deploy drones with an early warning system. So if something's far off and triggers like a base out there, we'll get an early warning back at base, and we could also probably even send drones out to that area to take care of it. They were also showing a hover drone, and I've done a video on how to build those, so y'all can check those out. This, I think, here is the new decoy block, which is just, oh, so cool. This looks pretty neat. So it's called a decoy relay. I don't know if they've changed the name. They changed the name on several stuff while they're there. But now the next cool thing, this has been a mod for a while, and now they've actually introduced it. This is similar to the console command pack, and has a lot of the same stuff. We've got this one corner block here. We've got this corner section here. You can now create old school, how do I put this? You can make old school, like Star Wars or old original Star Trek style consoles inside your ships now, and they'll do things. This one here has several buttons you can push to activate, as well as you can activate other things, get inside of it. This one here is like just a console. We have another one here. Can we access this? Okay, we can access nothing on this. Let me pull tab out and make sure. Yeah, okay, nothing on there is accessible. So this is more of a decoration or corner point. This one here you can actually do stuff with. And then on top of that, we have new window blocks. These are bay windows. And I can just already tell what I'm going to do with these. I already know what I'm doing with this. But these are bay windows. They're good for, they'll probably be good for buildings if you want to make something really good. Detection was previously quite limited. Yeah, now you're going to be able to produce anything that gets in range and is detected, I guess, within so many meters. I'm not sure how that works. I figure that's going to be, I have not messed with it yet. Like I said, I'm not discussing that right now. I'm just showing this stuff off, and then I'm going to do some building, or I'm going to hop into, probably hop into a game I'm doing Crash Ship right now scenario with no mods, just vanilla. And like I said, looking through all this stuff, we've got new corridor blocks. Um, we got these new small corridor blocks that are just awesome. We've got all this new. I mean, we've got all kinds of cool stuff now. We can do, just opens up the build possibilities endlessly right now. But like I said, this is all the decorative stuff you can get now in the game, and you can make all kinds of new stuff. Like I said, they showed one video. You have to look at the trailer, but the trailer they showed taking these kind of mini. I want to say greeble blocks because that's what I usually use those things for. What are those called? What are they called? Beam blocks. Yeah, the beam blocks. I use those for greebling. This is like a mini version of it for the large ship. And you can throw this in there and do that. They also said they had stuff for, let me check here. Let me check the signal blocks. What do they have for small grid? That has a small grid variant. Okay, that's cool. So we got stuff now for small ships. This truss pillar works. That's what they're called, truss pillars. There's no small version decoy. There's a small version truss light. What the heck? That's not an antenna. I thought that was an antenna. It's a truss light. Okay, we've made a mistake here, folks. Where is that antenna at? See what the big boy version of that looks like. Maybe it's... Ah! Yeah, that is a lot smaller, actually. That is way smaller. It's still a big antenna, but it's way smaller than what the cell tower we have right here that requires wires and everything else to get built up. Is it a replacement decoy or new style? I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure it's a new decoy. It says it's a decoy. Like I said, I have been messing around with this for probably just... I have work today, and now I'm back over here checking this stuff out. Let's look here. Where's our decoys at? Where's a decoy? Yeah, so it's basically a decoy. It's just a truss decoy. I guess you can mount that to the trusses some. Oh yeah, here we go. So right here you can see there's a truss that runs right through it, like these. So you can actually apply this. It is a pillar block with a decoy built into it. So that means you can build trusses on the outside of your ships now and set the decoys on the truss points. And it will be it's a truss and a decoy all in one. That is actually really cool. That is really, really cool because that gives us all kinds of cool stuff to work with. And then, let's see, what else did they give us here? Because like I said, I ain't even gotten close. We got this here. Now, we got our normal blocks, but I believe they added some new round ones. I don't know if they added this. I think they added this one. And I think they added this one. So now there's a whole bunch of new shapes that we can work with these panel blocks. Of course, everyone loves the panel blocks. We all agree. We all love the panel blocks. And I've used the panel blocks plenty of times. But now we've got them, we can do stuff, even more stuff with them. So yeah, like that's the old antenna. You see how big this sucker used to be? And now here's the more compact antenna, which is a little bit, it's not as small, but it's a little bit smaller. And this here is apparently a truss light. Apparently you just attach it and provide, oh, it's a beacon light. Oh, that's cool. So it provides like a little, so a decorative decoy, yes. Be a nice addition for looks inside a build also. Yeah. Really that would be something that you would put on the outside of your ship. I could see this on a build because of just the design, the dishes and stuff on it. I can see this on like some type of recon vessel or something like that. Have several of them on there, so it's harder for it. You start shooting at it, you're just shooting at the decoys the whole time. They're on trusses on the outside. I'm gonna have to use these trusses because, dear Lord, looking at how they're built, this is gonna be a nifty little thing to build with. Now, the other thing is you got this T junction here. I'm trying to figure out where that's supposed to go. It's like middle point, which kind of irks me a bit because that's going to be difficult to figure out where it's going to go or find a place for it with this one here. You never know. We may figure this thing out pretty quick. But yeah, so that's what we're dealing with now. That's all the new stuff. Or at least this is most of the decorative stuff that's going on. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of cool stuff coming out. Let's see, Lindsay Bose. One square base on the new antenna, not as tall as good. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're also getting stuff, like I said, the consoles are basically, this is pretty much the basics or a more simplified version of Colt's console command pack. And there have been people using that mod forever, and I guess King decided, hey, we're going to take and use it. Just a 3-block area with about 3 good seats. You can make one heck of a control room with this, and it would look amazing with this one thing. I'm loving this stuff. I am absolutely dying to use it in a game and start adding this stuff in. I've already been playing a game recently. I was playing Red Ship Crash just for the heck of it. Where it's not as difficult as it used to be because originally you had to take the deal and you had to swap out computers. Now they've updated it so it's a little more user friendly, so it's not as difficult. But you had to risk your computers on your in the chair so that you could get back in. Now you need oxygen and everything else, so they had to put oxygen and all this other stuff in there. So it's a lot easier. But right now I decided, screw it, I'm going to take stuff off the ship and start building a ship with it. Anywho, if y'all want to go see that, that's what we'll do next. Because I'm having fun doing that at the moment. Now you can see me actually play SE for a bit in vanilla. And there goes my air conditioner, because it's going to need to air condition some stuff. So yeah, I built a, we're right now in vanilla mode. I was working on a ship over there, still working on it. This is a small bike miner I'm using right now to mine stuff with, so I can get my stuff. I've gotten to that point. Is it working? 5 people are watching right now. Awesome. Yeah, if it's giving a little bit of trouble with the live stream, we've recently gone through a bunch of storms. And that has been just an absolute nightmare going in, dealing with that crap. So, you know how it is. It's annoying. But anyway, let's see. What do I got to do here? I think if I look at my... Okay, yeah. I've got all that I have to get. How come it says I've got half the stuff for it already? Let's go here and see what I can pull out. Alright, let's see if I can get some stuff built. So, we're doing the crashed red ship. I'm like, screw it. I'm going to build myself a custom ship and do that nonsense. I guess we're doing... There's that. Problem is also I can't do any gravity components yet. What am I missing here? What is in my inventory that is giving me issues? Oh, uranium. That's not good. I could put that in the reactor, but I don't want to waste anything I might need. So we'll just work with what we got right now. Yeah, this is storm season where I'm at. And that's when really dumb stuff starts to happen. It's when you start getting a lot more storms. And the storms start giving you a lot bigger fit. and they start taking stuff down. So even if I don't want to have to deal with it, okay, that's all our programmable blocks basically. Am I going to finish them all? Oh, no, I'm not. So we'll go back, we'll get the rest of it, then I'll just sit here and just weld for several minutes. Wait, low on power cells? Oh. Oh, I'm out of materials. Well, let's go over here, we'll drop all this stuff. We'll weld this into the deal, throw the parts in, and... Nope. Nope, that's not that. That's not it. Come on, come on, come on. Where are you? There we go. Alright, we'll put all those parts in there. I need power cells. Unfortunately, I need magnesium to do that. Let's go over here and grab this thing here. Punch number 3. And we need good old-fashioned stone to make that with. Crash Redshift used to be a good challenge. Haven't played it in so long. Yeah, it used to be really challenging because you had to take the original one. If people don't know this, you had to take a set of computers out to build your first assembler. And if you didn't do that, well, you were in trouble because the assembler, if you didn't get it right or you messed up on getting the computers in there, you basically were shot. And there was a limited amount of time because as you were sitting there, you had to deal with the fact of, well, I'm going to end up... There's also another neat little trick here I figured out. If you line this cursor up, you will get a perfect connection to this thing every time. But yeah, you would put a... what you would do is you put a computer out of... Let me show you while that thing unloads. You basically build a small refinery and an assembler, and then you'd have to go in here and you would have to get... You'd have to wear this down to where you could get computers. And then you would have to have the material on hand to put into the refinery to, let's see, not this big refinery, like the smaller one. You have to have the computers for the small refinery to get it up and running. And then you have to have the computers for an assembler, so then you could manufacture the computers you needed before your energy ran out. And that was before we had oxygen and hydrogen. We only had like an energy gauge, and that just kept you alive. You didn't have to worry about it. So yeah, that was an issue back then. It was a fun challenge. Now it's like it's more user friendly now. I'm trying to build a gravity generator so I can get a jump drive, because I figure the end goal of this is to get a jump drive. There's no planets anywhere. And then my plan is to take the ship I build here and jump that into the star system, and then that's something I'm going to do personally myself. Unless you guys want me to make a series out of this. If so, I'll build a completely different ship that looks even better on a different one. Might get some of the guys together, or get some of y'all together and do something like that. Don't know. Haven't figured that out yet. But we're going to need more stone here real fast. This is me making the most redneck shit on an engineering game that actually works. A friend of mine the other day showed me a video of a guy taking razor blades, a drill battery for like one of your, like a cordless drill, and starting his car with it by hooking the jumper cables up to the razor blades. I'm like, yeah, this is redneck ingenuity right here. I believe we are up. I've really got to figure out if I can put a deal on here. Am I taking this with me? Yes. Yes, we are taking this with us. We don't leave creations behind if we can help it. Well, let's go here. Oh, now I keep forgetting. I only got one thruster heading to each side. here. See, if you use a top camera, this, like, hooking things up becomes so easy. Alright, I should have enough materials now. It should give me the rest of what I need. We should be making power cells. Come on now. Nope, that was the wrong button. All the crap I did in Helldivers and everything else. Okay, yeah, we're getting some power cells coming up. You're starting to get it. It pulls in a lot of stone real fast. We are going to need a dedicated stone miner, though. Or a dedicated miner. Something a little more pristine than this, because that's just whatever the crap I can slap together really good. And that's being held together by duct tape and God knows what else. Okay, while we're waiting, we'll just weld all this crap up. There we go. We're going to have a functional server room. Check that out. Now, originally I was going to build a have the engines side by side, but then I decided, new blocks. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to do this nuclear reactor in here, which should give us more than enough power for the ship. At which point I am going to mount a railgun to this thing, probably two. Maybe 2 cannons and about 4, maybe, I don't know, 4 cannons, 4 assault guns, and then God knows what else I'm going to mount to this stupid thing. Alright, we got that done. Let's weld this up as much as I can. Get that, you know, functional. And then you walk up into here, into this area, and you can look over the top. I may put some grating on top of this and put a small ladder, like right here. And then you can just jump on there and just hop up, and then you'll have free reign of this upper area. Who knows? Who knows? Also, I've got this little nifty thing going on. If any of y'all, excuse me, if any of y'all have seen the video where I showed that you could blow up a small hydrogen tank and it would only damage the one block over, as long as that block is a non-deforming block, which I hope they keep that in Space Engineers too. Don't make every block deforming, please, Keen. Lindsay Bells. I'm hoping Keen will add something similar to Eat Sleep Repeat mod. I think it adds realistic experience and better challenge. Yeah, that'd be cool if you had like different recipes for things you could make. But then that would also require us to have like in-game farms. That'd be cool if they put that in there. Like just a hydroponics area like the oxygen thing. You just have to put in a hydroponics area that produces so much raw material an hour or a minute, and then you could just go from there. But as I was getting back to this, all you need is a non-deforming block that doesn't like deform like armor blocks do, or most of the armor blocks. And when this thing blows, its explosion is going to go down and to this outside one block. So you can take a hit, lose a small amount of your hydrogen, and it won't cause a chain reaction by doing this. Also, this open corridor in here, I can blast I can have an internalized engine in this. It's a neat little design. It's very simple to make. And this here, this is 16 small hydrogen tanks, which equal 1,000 or 1 million more. It's either 1,000 or 1 million. It is one extra over 15 million liters, I think that is in the large hydrogen tank. And it doesn't add that much weight. If you've seen the Yosemite, this is similar to how the Yosemite systems are built. It'll have two internalized ion thrusters, and it'll mainly be maneuvered around with hydrogen. So we'll have that, and it'll be similar to the Yosemite. I'm going to try to build this thing similar to that, but not entirely like it, which is fun. I could build something to go inside and work on this, but... Oh, come now. You're telling me we can't build the power cells. What is in the way? Oh, boy. I'm going to have to get so much stuff. I'm going to need a bigger miner. I really need a bigger miner. Hold up now. We don't need a bigger miner. We just need a faster miner. You just sit right here for a moment. Break out the old grinder here. We're going to take this off. Man, what in the world? Oh. Oh. Wow. That was fun. Oh, I got stuff for a medical bay. Nice. Didn't know all that was there. Why'd that all go there is what I'd like to know. Okay, we got all that here. I'm going to try and whitelist a conveyor. No, not you. You as well. All right, let's go to 9. Okay, it's not here. So fine, it must be down in. Keep forgetting where crap is. That's not it. Where's the? It is here. It's in conveyors. Conveyor junction. Come on, it's here somewhere. There it is. We're gonna put that here. And then I'm also going to put, where is it? I'm going to put another one of these here. That'll push that out just a tiny bit, but that's another thing. I think my deal is almost full. Okay, no, I could pull this off. Okay, all we need now are some motors and some other crap. I think I can get all that stuff, though. I need a few motors. There we go. All right, now we're going to take this sorter here and blacklist. I'm going to whitelist ore, and while I'm at it, I'm going to whitelist stone as well. That way. And then I'm going to go here to this. I'm going to turn the strength down because, dear God, that is a nightmare when it blows up your ship. Okay, so now, when I mine, it should yank everything out of the deal. So I should just have to hook up. It should yank everything out of the ship and throw it directly into the system, and then I don't have to worry about it no more. Hi, I'm Rootkin Allen. I just had jackdaws. Oh, really? How you doing, jackdaws? Went to the dentist. Lindsay Boss, that mod that made it drop a box stuff instead of parts fly over. No, it's not a mod. That's actually part of the vanilla thing too. They did a bunch of quality of life changes, a couple of quality of life changes. They also said a lot of it is there for the beginning of new NPCs. They're actually going to give us enemies to fight. We're going to get some, because they said they were talking about this the other day. They said the NPC mods that are out there have been so popular that they are now setting up, they're changing stuff up, making fixes. So they said, tell them, that's another thing. Keen also wants us, if there's a bug, tell them about it. Because they said, hey, oh crap. Here we go. They said any bug fixes that they can know about, they want to fix them as quick as they can. Oh no, don't you go so fast, you idiot. The hardest part is lining this thing up here. There we go. Turns off magnetic shock system. Proceeds to. Now let's see how fast that just yanked everything out of the ship. It's pulling it out. It's just not pulling it out of the medium cargo container as fast. I whitelisted everything. I'm going to have to manually go in here and do this crap. Oh, it's all gone now. It just sucked it out. I guess I just got to wait for the one deal to kick in. Oh God, that's nice and better for the MPC and vanilla. Yeah, one of the reasons they said they did it was because when they turned on, when you would have a container break or something, if the limit was over the trash pickup limit, you would start losing stuff. And so now it just stops in a crate. The crate stays there. Oh, there's another thing also. You guys will love this too. So the update, we got 7 people watching, so listen closely. The update now, there used to be an old mod called Easy MPC Takeover that you just had to get to like a certain area or gain access to this part of the ship systems and you just took it over. That's now vanilla. All you have to do is hack one device and there'll be a thing up in the top corner somewhere when you're hacked in and it'll tell you take over MPC grid and you can just go click and the grid is yours. Because what happened was, if it's not your grid, if a lot of the grid isn't yours, then it will consider it still a full-size NPC in the game, and the game after a while will not spawn NPCs. So they fixed that entirely. So now you can just go out and hijack a ship if you want, hit the button on it, and just take the whole damn thing over. So now you can take over NPC ships faster. You just got to get on them and get access to a computer. Just hack a computer, and then you'll have a little deal in the inventory screen. There'll be something right around here somewhere, and it'll say take over NPC grid, and you can take over that grid, and you can do whatever you want with it. It's then yours. It'll transfer all of the blocks directly over to your ownership, and you own that ship. So now, in-game piracy is going to be a whole lot easier. My buddy Chris in New York, Ayo Chris or Papator Chris, he is going to lose his mind stealing ships. We just got to get him on board. The ship is ours. We just got to get him on board. That's it. I'm going to have to build some type of small, compact ship that we can fly up, that's heavily armored. We can fly up there, and we can just take over a ship with. And then that'll be Chris's job. Just turn him loose. He'd be like, "Oh yes, man, get me in there, get me in there." And what's that meme? It's the guy that does like the American memes. He's got the F-22. It's like, "I intercept me. Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me." That's Chris. Would you take me over? I'd take you. Take you and make you mine. Yeah, you have to hack it, but there's going to be a thing in there that instead of hacking the entire grid, you're just going to have to hack one. I think you can just transfer over. It's based on a mod that someone built a while back called Easy MPC Takeover, and the guy just didn't stick with the mod, but everyone loved it. It's a good concept because, I mean, going in and hacking every single thing to a system that's on there keeps people from having a fleet of NPC ships. Yeah, the reason, and Lindsay brings up a good point, that is the purpose of that, because if you have a fleet of NPC ships, you are going to eventually hit the limit of NPCs and the game won't launch anymore. I'm going to grab this crap and just throw it right into the refinery here so I can just keep going. Oh, we're getting some stuff built now. Let's see, where's the assembler? Assembler's working. Production, what are we up to now? I was pulling stuff in. But like I said, you can now do that and just get all this. You can now get as many ships as you want. You can start building the abomination or whatever else you want to call it by just connecting ships together. They also said that if you don't claim the grid, it will not allow you to merge that ship with anything else. So you can't merge ships anymore without claiming the grid. I don't know what that causes to happen. Why am I sitting there with only a... That's a tiny ass amount of... let's shift this thing over like that. Alright, that should do it. Oh, nope. There we go. Oh, God. Ooh. That went in kind of... Games PvP, take any advantage you can? Yes. But they said in this order, you can hack a control seat, click the claim grid thing, and they said you would still have to hack stuff after that. Yeah, what it does is it claims everything else. You'll still have to, like, hack everything probably. But what it does is it's there to prevent you from having all the NPC stuff. Like, the overabundance of NPCs. And there's a lot of stuff on there. The other reason is there's a lot of stuff in the grid that doesn't require hacking. Like, you'll have other stuff that doesn't require hacking, but it will still be recognized as part of the pirate faction. Like, if you were to steal from the pirate faction in the game, it would still be there. So, like, you'd have to hack every locker, anything that required power, you'd have to hack it, whether it was a necessary system or not. Now you don't have to do that. You can go in, hack the essential stuff that's needed, and then everything else comes to you after you've claimed it. It's basically yours. You just have to get the system to accept you. That'd be about it. So it's not like you're not having to hack every single thing. Because there would be times, me and the guys, that we bring back a ship, and for some reason it would target a random locker. Our defenses would target a random locker in there because it's still registered as the NPCs. And it would just... It would start strafing the ship. We'd be like, okay, get the ship out of there, turn the stuff off, and then we've got to sit there and find this thing, hunt down whatever the heck it was it started targeting. So, yeah, this is just to solve a lot of those problems. Let me see here. I think, yeah, it's done empty everything. I talked too long and the system worked. But yeah, it does make it will make NPC grabbing a lot easier. And also, it means there'll be plenty of NPCs to come across. You won't run into this situation if you collect too many ships. Oh, look, the game's not going to send any more NPCs your direction. So that's much better than what it was before. So, you still have, like, you're only going to need, like, the essential stuff. You're not going to have to hack every single stowage area, every single pipe or whatnot. And sometimes it was weird because sometimes that would be what happened. We would be sitting there playing, our defenses would start targeting, and for some reason it would declare a pipe was still part of the enemy faction. We'd have to dig in the ship, find that pipe, and then we'd have to completely disassemble it and reassemble it. Now, all that stuff you don't have to mess with just comes back over. It was a weird quirk that would happen in the game. But now that's not an issue anymore. So that's gonna not be a problem we have to deal with anymore. And then let me see here. Turn my little bike miner here over. Gently, Badger, gently. As we back this baby in. Lock on to the little white light there, and here we go. And booyah. Got a load with seed, be back in a bit, even a few. Okay, good job, Lindsay. You go do that. Lindsay, for those of y'all that don't know, is out there making plants and helping scrub the atmosphere of CO2 carbon emissions. Let's all give him a round of applause in the chat. Because, hey, he's doing the one thing that will actually fix the planet. Planting plants. A lot of people don't know this, but the only thing that reverses it that reverses like the carbon emissions and everything is planting a tree. So if y'all want to do your part, if you plant so many trees, and here's another thing I think I remember reading about this. It was within the first 7 to 15, I think it's like 7 years of a tree's adolescence before it's considered a mature tree. No, it's 12 years. The 12 years that a tree goes from sapling to mature tree, it scrubs like 7 times the CO2 carbon emissions out of the air. So plant a tree, folks. Go out and plant a tree. It's the best thing for the environment. The easiest takeover mod just automatically gave you everything once you hacked every cockpit or control seat, remote control block, and something else I forget. I think it was the med bays and cryos. Yeah, I think you might have to hack like batteries and stuff too. But usually that stuff is in the open. It, like I said, it was weird because sometimes there'd be things like, I think like, I want to say cargo containers. You can hack those, I believe. Let me check here real quick. I think those can be hacked. Let me check. Yeah, there was something in there that you once you hacked it, you had to hack it, but it was like from that to functional. Like every so often the system would just target lights for some reason, and that's what we find that sometimes we would never find what it was targeting because we had hacked everything. We'd go down the list, we had control of everything, and it would be so whenever we figured out what it was something that's on your control panel but didn't require to be hacked. So take lights for instance. Those can be targeted because they have a functionality part. Like your main blocks and everything, no. And it was just stuff that had a function but didn't require to be hacked. And you'd still have to take the functionality out of it, take it down past function, or even completely disassemble it sometimes. It was a weird quirk that happened to us sometimes every time we play. And then it kind of prevented us for a while from using what was it? From using other ships. Now, Badger's going to be stealing everything I can get my hands on. We're going full Missourian now. You don't know what that is? Just ask Panama City Beach or Panama City because they came out and publicly got on to us one time for stealing kids' purses at spring break. They're on there screaming about it. The mayor of Panama City goes, "We have people coming down stealing wallets and anything that isn't and stealing tourist stuff all the way from Missouri." And I was like, "Yep, we're keeping the numbers up, boys." Well, it's similar to the mod. Like I said, you're not going to have the random targeting of your systems. You're not going to have to go in and hack every single thing that has a functionality to it. And I believe it'll be like the mod, but the thing is you can just claim the grid and then it's just hunting down all the essential stuff. And that stuff in the NPC stuff is usually where you can get to it. Like you're not going to have, rarely are you going to have a situation except I think maybe there's a green ship that encounter you can have that requires you to break into the system and get to it. You'll still have to hack all the guns, which usually if I take over a ship, the first thing I do is I just go straight for the power. If I can take out the power, then everything else is an easy hack. You just hack it and put it up. It's just running around hacking the whole thing, getting it done. It's one of the easiest ways to just take out a ship. But you got to get past those damn guns first. That's the thing that really wrecks you if you're not careful. Let's see. Like I said, in some ways it's similar. A lot of people like the mod, and I prefer it just like because in my opinion, yeah, you should be able to just hack the system and just take the whole thing over. But this is better than the alternative, which the alternative right now, well, one of the alternatives. We're getting a middle ground. And plus, Keen can't make it too easy. Come on, we can't make it too easy. If it gets too easy, people won't mess with it too much. That's all they'll do. They'll just capture ships and stuff. Come on. There we go. Drop that in. Hopefully I can get all my crap built up. Man, I got 4 batteries in there, which should be enough to power the ship. I may add more later. And we're going to put a bay for this little thing in. So you know when you get them all because you got green text saying you own it now? Yeah, pretty much. The thing is you just have to get access to it. And that helps because if you miss something that you haven't hacked yet, the alternative is, and like I said, the alternative is if you happen to miss them, like say you go through and you get messed around, like when you're not using mirror mode or anything like that, and you're trying to take a ship, and you don't know where everything's at, or you got a group, and one guy just has to miss one battery, or they just got to miss that one thing that can be targeted by your system. You bring that ship back that you took all that work getting, and then your base defenses just light that thing up and just tear it apart. And now you're out resources trying to fix everything and put it all back together. In reality, all you got to do is you just got to find it and hack it. So when you get back, you just look through your control panel. Okay, you just hit K and start looking through your control panel, start looking for anything that's redded out. And then you're like, oh, hey, look, we've got like a battery or something that's messed up. The reason why I say it targets stuff is because if I look through here, you can see corner lights are on here. And I think light bulbs can be targeted by stuff because, like I said, I've had instances we thought we had hacked everything on the ship that could be hacked, and we would go through, or a an ion thruster would get targeted for some reason by the system because it registered it as a pirate build. Let me see here. No, I'm not gonna get off there. We're gonna hop off this. Let me see here. Yeah, you can see right here, sci-fi thruster built by Badger Wild. And then you go down here, and it doesn't have the same thing on the thruster. So there is, like, you don't have to hack a thruster to gain access to it, but it still registers it as being owned by someone else, and so your system would then target it for some stupid ass reason. It would just up and target it, and it was because when you take that over, or even take a drill for it, like, oh yeah, you do have to hack drills. But like I said, with thrusters, you don't have to hack them to gain access to them. So much work. Yeah, but it's like you get a free. It's instead of building a brand new ship and designing it, you're basically just hacking a small ship and fixing a few problems. Now it's a lot less headache because now you're not having to go in there because usually just to be safe, me and Chris, Bronzy, or even Gomer, we would like me and Chris especially because Chris loves jacking ships. If he can steal in a game, he's gonna steal, and he would grab a ship and we would be cutting down the thrusters and rebuilding everything because we had so many instances where we'd bring it back and some stupid thing would start targeting, and then it was just this irritating moment because you come back in, you're like, oh god, I hope this thing doesn't target, and sometimes it would and sometimes it wouldn't. Now you don't have to worry about that. I'll tell you what I should do. I should build a bigger version of the starter ship with those big ion thrusters. That would be dope right there. A mega version of the starter ship. Yeah, like now we've got the signal ability and all that other stuff. Like we're gonna have a lot of fun going forward. Whoops. Just throwing that back up a camera there. And we're gonna back up here really quickly. And skadoosh. Alright, while that's charging, let's see what all I can withdraw. Okay, I'm withdrawing power cells now, I think. I think we got enough for the power cells, hopefully. Alright, we're putting power cells into it, so that's going to be good. Yeah, it is. It is superior. Convenience-wise, common sense, it's superior. For those wondering what's being said... Oh no, is that... Something is moving here. Oh, that's right. I took out the nuclear reactor here so I can put that in. Now I've got a free grid. Fortunately, that ain't moving. I may have to build something to start decommissioning this ship. Start adding all the parts to the new ship. I don't know what I'm going to call the new ship. Okay, we got that built. Let's keep going here. Come on, we got good stuff coming. I may do a live stream Friday, by the way, everyone. Just letting everybody know, because I am probably going to be off. And really, I want to do a live stream. Let's see. Casual bot. If you use build vision, you can see in the display which faction owns the block you are targeting with your welder. I find it helpful in seeing if I've stolen the whole grid. Yeah, you can do that. The problem is, I think to use using the build vision, which one are you using? Are you using the mod one? Because there's a mod I use every so often to make a ship airtight, and it uses a modded build vision. Did you get the new DLC the other day? Yes. It's only $5, Tallgeese, a one. It is only $5. And most of the stuff that comes with it, I haven't had a chance to test any of the stuff out. I'm just playing a game right now. And I was out here like, you know what, I'm going to do some vanilla, because we all love vanilla at some point. This is the one game where vanilla can be just as much fun as modded. So I was like, you know, let's try some different designs here. But yeah, I was in the process of playing a vanilla version of the game. This is what I'm doing. It's just the crash ship. And the earlier in the stream, if you want Tallgeese, you can go check out the earlier part of the stream. That's when we looked at all of it. What I looked at was not the overall DLC, because I don't know how the new Wi-Fi system works yet. I haven't really messed with it too much. In fact, I may, when I get these batteries built up, I might see if I can make it work with the one deal. If we can do a little bit, make it make something make a noise when we've got everything built up. Do it like my frickin' washing machine. So this is how things are just getting nuts now. My wife ends up, our washing machine goes out. No, yeah, our dryer and our washing machine go out at the same time. So me and the missus, we go out, you know, we buy a new washer and dryer, and we get it, we bring it home. I can't remember what it is. I think it's either GE. Is it GE? I don't know. Let me weld this up and I'll check real quick. Build Vision only works on PC, I think. Oh, okay. I probably haven't messed with it then. I used to be in an SE survival series with Big Old Bear. Really? What series is it? And I'll check. I would like to check that out. Let me check what this washing machine is that my wife got. It's like 10 steps away. Ah, it's a Samsung. So anyway, this Samsung washing machine, and instead of going beep like they normally do, now it turns off. It finishes the job and it goes ding da da ding da ding da da ding, and it plays me like an entire Mario level of music, and I'm like, oh good lord, that's annoying. I mean, it's not a bad tune. It's not an annoying tune. It's very nice light notes. But when you're sitting there trying to enjoy it, like you're in a really tense moment, and suddenly the washing machine lets you know life is not as bad as that scary movie. It's like, it took me all out of the immersion. Takes me all out of immersion. Surviving the Company. Okay, I will definitely check that out. Oh, we've got power now. I just realized somehow we got power on the ship. Oh, it's because I built the batteries. I forgot about that. That's another thing. You can actually take power cells with you, and you can rebuild a battery with new power cells in the game, and you can actually get a battery restarted. It's great if you've got a... And this is the cool thing about SE, because a lot of people don't know this, and I'll tell you all this right now, because this is actually really cool. This is when you know Keen goes the extra mile. They know the importance of immersion. The hydrogen generator will not work without electricity first. It needs a small jump of electricity. That's the cool thing about that generator. In real life, you need a small battery to start your car because it uses spark plugs to ignite the gasoline or diesel in your vehicle, which is a cool little immersion thing that Keen just understood. I mean, that's the one thing I like about this company. I used to say there were no good video game companies because, we always dealt with AAA and everything, and then Keen comes along and was like, no, no, Keen's one of the good ones. Keen's one of the good ones. If I have to sacrifice all but one, if it was a sacrifice all but three, or even a sacrifice all but one, Keen would be at the top of the list to stay. That is Keen's at the top of the butt list. We're not getting rid of Keen. Keen's doing a great job. I wish they could expand I wish they could expand and take that same energy they got with Space Engineers and build a bunch of different games. I bet they can make some really cool shit if they wanted. It's like High Point Pistols. Right, dear God. For those of y'all in Europe that don't know the meme, if y'all are familiar with the HK-16, the new rifle, basically the M16 built by H&K, which everyone just seems to love and think it's like the best in the world. That whole design is actually made by a company who likes using ABS plastic and pot metal to build guns with. They build one of the cheapest guns. They build some of the cheapest guns on the market in the United States. And the fun part about them building guns is they do they're the only gun company that has like lifetime transferable warranty, which means it doesn't matter how many people have owned the gun before you, if it breaks, you can just send it in and they'll replace it for free. They'll either replace your gun or they'll just put new parts in it. Glock doesn't have that kind of warranty. SIG doesn't have that warranty. Colt, none of them. Even H&K doesn't have that kind of warranty. Hell, even Kalashnikov doesn't have that kind of warranty when he built the HK. They built what was eventually the HK-16. They built it out of pot metal and ABS plastic, and then H&K bought it, and they made it with pristine polymer and aircraft grade aluminum is what the changes they made. And I'm like, and now that's like one of the best battle rifles on the market right now for any army. The U.S. Marine Corps were so desperate to get one of these. This is hilarious. The U.S. Marine Corps were so desperate to get their hands on some HK-16s that they actually tricked the U.S. government into believing Congress to believing the HK-16 was actually a type of light machine gun and not really an assault rifle, and said, "Hey, we're going to arm the entire Marine Corps with." The argument was, we can arm the entire U.S. Marine Corps with light machine guns. Okay, Congress is thinking M60s. All they want is and the Marines for once got something brand spanking new. So it's like when you got to trick your own government to get good shit. But I mean, that was the fun part of it. Okay, Lindsay Bass. Oh, please mess with the new Wi-Fi Bluetooth system. I will. I will. I'm gonna have to get in there and take a look at it when I've got time. Right now, I'm just doing a live stream, and watching me fail consistently over and over until I get it is not going to be very entertaining. Because it's not going to be like, hey, I failed and shit blew up. It's going to be, okay, we're going to turn it on. It's going to be like when you build a computer. You're going to turn it on and nothing's going to work. And like no power, nothing. You're just going to be like, oh my God, what the fuck? What did we do wrong? So I'm going to have to go there. What did I do wrong with this? Anyway. The less cinematic and more autistic they are, the more confident I feel in them as a developer. Yes. Yes. They build things realistic. Lindsay Boss, I think if you link your phone ECT to your Samsung stuff, you can edit or remove the tune. Yeah, but I don't want to hook up my phone to the thing. I have the Bluetooth turned off on it, which it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on it. So I mean, it's a good washing machine. I love it. But it's like there it's like I can live with the music. It's not that big a deal. It's just every so often it turns on. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yeah, this is pulling me out of my movie every so often. But it cleans like a mother. I mean, it just works. I think you should be able to jumpstart a hydrogen engine with your suit. That is a thing, because I was mentioning this earlier. There's a video out there of a redneck going up, I think it's a Honda Civic. He gets into a Honda Civic, he hooks up jumper cables to the battery, shoves two razor blades into a cordless drill battery, and then hooks the um, jumper cables up to the razor blades. I do not suggest y'all do this. Okay, I'm a professional redneck. I can figure that. I can do it without getting killed. But then he turns around and he starts his car off of the battery. The cool part is there's actually a company now, I think Forgotten Weapons talks about it. And there's a company now that makes a coil gun that's good, I think, up to 300 shots on a cordless drill battery. And it's a full-blown coil gun. Fully automatic, rips holes through paper targets. How lethal it is, I don't know. I think you can probably get it up to speed, and if you had a modified round that was designed to like open up, it would probably do a whole lot of damage. Here I am fixing to get paid on YouTube, and I'm already talking about stuff that'll blow things up and ripping people apart with ammunition. I'm gonna lose monetization like nobody's business, I swear. Oh well, engineering, yeah, it's all right. Everyone should strive to be like him. Yes, they should. Tallgeese, the windows are sweet. Yeah, I love those windows. Those windows are awesome. Dude, they are great. Lindsay Bose, High Point are cheap AF and keep on going. Yeah, they are. Like that was my dad's first handgun. Was a High Point. He gets a High Point, and we're just I'm just looking at him like, oh, that's a High Point, and he takes it out, and my grandpa bought it like way on back in the day. And the reason he bought it was because it was just a cheap gun that it was a cheap gun. He lived through World War II. He was a airplane mechanic. That's what he did. So he was a national hero. He did the heroic stuff in World War II. Did all kinds of great. Was a great man. Him and my Uncle Fred. Uncle Fred was actually a ground pounder, and he did absolutely crazy stuff. I just realized something I could put down there. He did crazy stuff in the war. He was at, I believe he was at D-Day, and I know he was at the Bulge because he got a commendation for being at the Battle of the Bulge. And he was there where Patton's reinforcements showed up, which pretty freaking awesome when you stop and think about it. I'm going to do something here, and I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Ugh. Well, let's see here. That still gives me room to put a ladder right here to go up into the upper area. Might do something else there. I don't know what yet. I don't know yet. Huh. I want to add something there, but I don't have anything that's that thin. Like, I could put if I had a junction or something. What about the new, we have new blocks. What are we talking about? We have new blocks. Where's my doors? Is a narrow passage? How thick is that? Oh, yeah, no, we're not doing that. That is absolutely not thin enough to do what I wanted to do. Okay, no, we're not going to do that. The battery packs are usually at least 18 volts, so it's a good boost for a small engine. Yeah, it's like, and now with new batteries, I think they've come out with a salt ion battery and a graphene ion battery and a boring, I think that's what it's called, boring ion battery. Tallgeese half block. Yeah, it's a half block. This is not a half block. That is a third of a block right there. That this thing right over here. That's a third of a block. And the only thing that works on that could even come close is that. That's also a third of a block wide. So if I didn't have to go through there, that'd be a perfect place to put like some lockers or something, but that's retarded. So I don't have anything I can put there. Well, hold up now. I might have something. Let me think here. There's something we can put there. What about this stuff? Oh! I see what we can do. Come now. Yes. No. It's not where I need it to go. I need it at the end of it, not right friggin' there. Huh. That doesn't help me at all. Let's see what else we got here. Where's the dang pillar blocks? Let's try these. Maybe I can do something with that. Maybe there's a corridor. I don't think there was, but we're going to try it. Nope. 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 Well, shucks. There's nothing I can put in that middle area right there. I'll have to come up with something. Let's grab... because I do need to put some blocks in there to cover that area. Let's find an interior block here. Where's my interior blocks? Where's that column block at? Oh, come now. I know it's here. There's a column block, which gives me all my interior blocks. My brain has like left me all of a sudden. I don't know where this stupid block is. Come on, I just built one of these things. Oh, there it is. What the heck? Completely lost that. I didn't realize I already had it selected. Oh yeah, that's cool. Let's do this. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's kind of neat. Let me flip this over. Oh, let's flip it. We'll put one there. We'll put one there. Let's see. What else could I do? Accessing these two parts up here, I'm going to have to put like a staircase system in the middle. That'll help get to that. Let's do this in the other areas as well. Just to give it that, hey, everything's going to work out fine look. Okay. Now let's go back here. Let's get some... Alright, let's also check. See, okay, we got nothing to build planner. There we go. We got 6 of them. Tab back over here while we're working. Why not? There we go. Alright, we'll go weld this stuff up while I wait for that to finish doing its thing. What about one of those access panel blocks? The problem with that is, and I feel what you're doing, and Tallgeese, I hear you too, the passageway. The problem is that area right there where those batteries are at is where I want to put a ladder to access the second floor area. And by doing that, I'll be able to... Will I? Yeah, I will. That way I can access the upper area. I don't have to worry about... how do I put this? I'm going to be able to access that area up top, and I can add some extra stuff up in there and still access, and I can put some... My brain just won't work right now. I can add some gyros up there and be able to work on things if it gets messed up. Lips, hey yo, what about the half passage? Yeah, I thought about the half passage, but it's not going to work because it's a half block and that's a 1/3 space, which is so. If you look right here, that is about a third of the space area, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Um, it's like here's the passage, the half passage, and the problem is it's going to stick out way too much. Well, maybe not. Let's see what they both look like. Yeah, it's going to be one of those little areas. It's going to be just, well, I don't know. Looking at it from here now, I may just do that because it really doesn't look like it's hurting anything. I'll still be able to get through here very easily. And the only issue is going to be I'm going to need a light in here. That's the only real issue. But the servers are going to be lit up, and I'm just going to have grating on top, so I can just put a light on top of all this nonsense, and it would just basically light the whole thing up. Hey, you know what? The half passage is actually going to work, folks. Sometimes I'm just stupid, and I need smarter people like y'all to come in here and tell me I'm being dumb. We'll just go from there. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. If you can't laugh at yourself, you're not having fun at life. That worked out great. Okay, I admit, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It'll work. It'll work. I'm wrong. I never walked into SE saying I knew everything. So y'all can hold me to that. I don't know everything. I still get surprised all the time. Flip the in? No, because like I said, I wanted to. Oh, the end? Flip the end. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I could do that. Then it might get in the way of the batteries. Let's see what that looks like. We'll just see what it looks like. Yeah, see, it's going to cover up half the batteries, and I don't want to do that. That's one thing I don't want to do, is cover up that battery like that. It's just me. It's not y'all, it's me. I absolutely hate covering up stuff and having it halfway sticking out. Unless I can make that work somehow, it's not going to happen. There we go. We got that fixed up. Then when I build this thing, I got to figure out how to make it look different, so it doesn't look like I've got a ship that you can't tell which end is up. Okay, so we have the large hydrogen, but I just don't have the cobalt to build the materials for that. I also got to put a refinery in this thing somewhere, and a area to build stuff with. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun to build. Yeah, let's see. Do I have the... I'm going to just snatch the components for that and just build those right up and be done with it. Because that was a good idea y'all had. I'm not going to sit there and say I know everything.
Energy critical.
Here I am once again, cutting it close to get a little work done. Oh, okay, let's go get some more interior plates and stuff built. Woohoo! Gotta watch it. I have rammed myself. Okay, I just need to hit the bike. Inventory. Production here. Alright, that should be all I need for the moment. Let's see, what have I got in terms of materials? Alright, so the assembler's got, the refinery still has a lot of stuff in there I can use. I still got a lot of stuff in here too I can use. I just don't have enough grids to build something like that. Wait, 34 interior plates. Where are those? We'll just make those. Okay, we'll start doing that. Hang on a minute. What about the new passage junction? What new passage junction are we talking about here? Okay, someone's mentioning that. I mean that would look good actually, yeah. Oh, that'd look really good. Like I said, the one problem on the other side there is I need that ladder so I can get up on top of this and have access to the upper area. That or I'm gonna have to put a staircase in and gain access from there. And that's gonna be fun. This new passage though, wait a minute, let me look here for a second. The new passage may actually be, oh my gosh, it is. The new passage block is small enough, I bet I can put a side staircase in. Oh, that helps me with so much crap. That is a problem I've had to deal with for a long time. Let's see, I'm going to add this junction right here, the new one. Because it's working out great. That's a great idea. Let's grab that one. We'll put that in the PCU planner. And I'm going to grab my little welder and I'm going to go make another one of those. Yeah, Dad called. And he's getting some stuff for his pigs. He's running, he has Berkshires. This is weird. Alright, I got all the components I need. One has light. Yeah, I still need access to the batteries and everything. That's what I'm running into. So when I build here, I need to be able to access and weld on the batteries and everything, and I want to keep everything accessed. But I can manipulate this and put something in there that'll work. I can put a light above it, and it'll still light all this up. Plus, it'll give it that dark kind of server room look where only the lights are glowing. So it'll have that nice, cool server room kind of look to it. Let's see, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we're putting this on. And we're going to shove that in. I got to watch the time because I'll have to go get my kid here in a few minutes. I'll still be playing on this, just messing around. I may do, if y'all want, I may do a series where it'll be me out here in space manipulating things and doing crap. Just do like a vanilla run, maybe. Okay, yeah, so see, this is what I was wanting to do. Because I can still access that. That's the issue. And it kind of looks like it's supposed to be there. And then I can just add 2 controller blocks and a set of grading up there that'll work out just perfectly. And then I can just run up this ladder and just do whatever I got to do. And first off, I got to get the... Oh, wait, I actually had that there. Alright, let's grab that, go to the build planner. Let's see if I've got... I gotta start remembering. I'm right here at the base instead of going ring around the rosy the whole time. Alright, we have everything with that ladder. Now, the next thing I'll have to do... First we'll build this. If I can get to it. I need gravity, but the problem is I need silver to make gravity components, and I don't have those. Unless the red ship has a gravity generator on it that's turned off. Paul Harvey, could they? Let me check here. Control panel. Oh yeah, that's the one I was working on. So no, there's no gravity generator on here. Okay, what do I need now? I need grading is what I need. Let's make this look really good. We're gonna make this look real fancy. Gonna mix the old with the new. We're gonna use 2 versions of catwalk blocks. Which I'm gonna need some of this, some of that. I don't have much of anything else. So we're about to find out here. Okay. Let's fly over here. And make this look fancy. Let's make it fancy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I may need to grind one of those off. Here. There we go. Because I'm going to put a turret control block in there somewhere. And then, go number 2. Spin that around. Oh, what in the world? Oh, that requires interior plates. Seriously! I need interior plates for this MFer. Why? Why? There we go. Now inventory. Where's the interior plates? Give me those, give me those, give me those. Put that there. Let me see. Actually, I'm going to put one here. And then I'm only going to put a half. Well, no. That's not what we're doing. Let's see. What are y'all saying here? I really like that one has a light. I really like the new passages from Labs Toggies. Where are you going to build the gravity generator? Oh, there's a trick I use for the gravity generator sometimes. I'll put it up on the roof upside down and then just reverse the polarity of the gravity so it pushes down. So the gravity generator is going to be upside down pushing up, but in reality it's going to push me down. And that's how I'm going to do that. That way it's out of the way, but I can still mess with it if I have to. You could use the scaffolding ladder. Scaffolding ladder. Wait a minute. Let me see. Where's the scaffold ladder? Ladder. Okay. Oh. Huh.
Energy low.
Hmm. That may actually... I'm probably going to do that. I need girders. There's always something. There is always something that I need. Where's the girders? Do I have any girders? That's weird. I usually got like 1,000 of those things for some reason. Inventory. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. The scaffold ladder looks really good. Get your kid, then build more. Yeah, I would, but I come home, she's gonna want to play Pokemon. She's gonna be like, Dad, do you want to play Pokemon or Monster Hunter? And I'm gonna be like, yeah, all right, let's do some Monster Hunter, kid. She's a good kid. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better kid. Now I'm running into it. Well, no, that won't be an issue. I thought it was gonna be an issue, but it's not. Now then, I can turn this like so. Let's get this stuff completed up. Alright, we're going to run on back here, power up the system, and see if we can build us a few more pointless blocks or components. So how many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 1. That should give me everything I need, hopefully. Looks like it's going to require a lot of iron. I probably should get some iron. New blocks! Yes! Leps, rest in peace. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, my kid, we have Monster Hunter Rise on Switch, and I've been a fan of Monster Hunter series since the first one came out on PlayStation 2. I need to go to the bike and chill for a minute. I did not realize until I was playing Survival for a bit, because I've never built a bike in Survival, or at least not in a vacuum, that the bike actually gives you oxygen and stuff if it's hooked up to that nonsense. So now I've got to build a bike that can run all that, and that'll be interesting to build. That'll be something good. What I would love to see is them put some type of small storage thing, like probably similar to what is it? Probably love to see it similar to like a saddlebag or something, like an angled cargo thing, so we can put on the back of one of these things. It is nice building one of those and just driving it around. It's pretty cool. Okay, why do we not have everything? Am I out of iron? We're fixing to do an iron run. Okay, we're going to do the iron run first. Here comes the mining bike. There we go. Let's just fill up on some iron. Yeah, I do have an old ship made of iron. I forgot about that. But I might as well mine as much of this as I can. Because then I have to recycle all that. And yeah, then it's going to be real fun. Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, folks. I ain't even drunk and I did that. Right, let's line this joker up here. Juke. And for a second my brain hiccuped. And I knew not where the button was. That happens. Alright, I'll shove this in there. Okay, all that I had in my inventory I think is welded up. Now let's go get the rest of this. Cannot withdraw small steel tubes. Are you making small steel tubes? Where's the refiner? Is it working? Yeah, it's working. So there's the issue. Doesn't have enough. Okay. Do that then. There we go. Now you have enough. All components were successfully withdrawn. Yeah, see, this is why I'm liking live streaming, because you guys come up with some great ideas. That I'm like, I can't believe I didn't think of that myself. This is why you need like a team to help you with stuff, because it's like, as you are working on things, somebody else's perspective can absolutely change everything. It can mean the difference between fixing something and not having something fixed. All right, let's check this out here for a minute. Oh yeah, that's the claustrophobic craziness that I love inside of my ships. Aha. Now back here, I'm just going to slap in a, when I get to that point, I'm going to slap in a, bleh, I'm going to slap in a hyperdrive. Why is my brain so jacked up right now? That's what it was. Caffeine was getting low. Woo! Only sad there is not a one small grid antenna. Actually, I think there is. Let me look here. Oh, no, there's not. Well, I'll be. I thought there was. Let's look here. No, there's not. Huh. That is different. Okay. Now, the next thing I need to put in. What is the next thing I need to put in? This is about the middle point of the ship right here. This area right here is the middle point. What I need to do is gain access to this area up here. And I need an access point to get to the area over here. What I might do is I might install the new corridor blocks in the middle of this. Actually, hold up. Let's go back to those scaffold blocks again. How do those things work? What do we got here? Oh, yes. Yes. like that. Not that. Walkable scaffold. That's what I need. That's what I need, because I need a non-deformable block to take the brunt of the blast, and I think this will take the blast between the two of them, and it won't affect the other hydrogen tank. If it does, it'll just barely manage it. Yeah, building in a team can be good. Yeah, it is. Because you don't know what's like Gomer came up with a great idea for a, because we were playing with NPCs and he came up with this great idea to build a deal that made it. Oh shit! What the hell? Damn it! I still need access to that stuff upstairs. Can I just? Yeah, we'll do that because I still need access to these conveyors and everything going through here. That was the thing that messed me up. So this is going here. There is just one issue. And that is this thing down here, because if I recall, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so I can't do that. That would have been a good idea. Let's see what we got over here. What else is here? Got to be something here. Okay, here's a scaffold frame. I could probably line one side of it. That's not going to work at all. No, that won't work because it's got the thing in the middle of it. Ah. Oops, how am I hitting that, not the other thing? Okay, I gotta figure out something to get through here. Wait, wasn't there a half block in there somewhere? Let me see what that looks like. Christ. Wait a minute! Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Can I just put like a catwalk in here? That might do it. Yeah, because... Oh no, I still can't access that bottom part. See, I need something in between this so I can still access that, but I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go with... Let's see, what else is going on here? Large grade was like 12 blocks or something, referring to the antenna by Lindsay Bose. Yeah. Lips. Yeah, but I wanted to make a micro drone, but it was too big. It depends. The NRE one is smaller. Yeah, it might be. It might be smaller. See, what I need is something in between these stupid things, while still not interfering with this thruster right there, and still giving me access. This is annoying. Let me see. Let's go back to corridor blocks. Where's the corridors? Let's take a look at this again. Okay, let me look here. There is a trick that I could do here. Come on, where is it? There. That might do it. There's one problem. Yet again. Oh, wait. Here's what I can do. I can just... Where's that one with a single... There. That's all I gotta do there.
Energy low.
Just do that. And then I'll just do this on the opposite side on this end. Oh, not like that. Not like that. Not like that. That'll burn up. Oops. Let's build that back. Let's head over here to... Not that. Where'd it go? 2. There we go. There. Now the blast should still get through. And I'll still be able to work on these catwalks. And the catwalks will still be providing defense. Now I just gotta weld all these up. Are you joking? I'm out of interior plates, ladies and gentlemen. Here, let's power up here. I'll read some more comments from y'all. Does the railing help? I tried everything. What I think is going to do is it's going to provide just enough absorption so that if see, the purpose of that is to take a full-size hydrogen tank and then break it up into smaller hydrogen cells so that if a railgun round punches through, I figured this out a while back, if a regular hydrogen tank explodes, it's like 2 blocks wide. So to prevent it from blowing up, you need to provide an area that is 4 extra blocks, or like 2 blocks in each direction off of it, to prevent it from blowing up what's inside. So you got to put something in there like an armor block or some type of block that resists an explode, that doesn't deform. And that's what that does. The other advantage to this is if my hydrogen tanks get hit, I'm probably going to lose 1 or 2 hydrogen tanks with a through and through shot. So it's not going to kill me. I still have a bunch of hydrogen. So I'm down like 2 million hydrogen, I think. I can check. Let's check that real quick. Because if I recall, I think the big hydrogen tank is like 15 million. Yeah, each one of these tanks holds about 1 million. A large hydrogen tank holds 15 million. It's roughly about the same size, but I actually can localize the damage a lot more. So you're actually, it's actually a lot smaller than this, because your large hydrogen tank, let me just grab a block here. Number 8, give me number 8, is going to fit in a space about yay big. That's it, because the hydrogen tank's about that big. And then you still need, on all 4 sides, at least 2 blocks worth of distance. So by the time you get done throwing in a large hydrogen tank just in the blast radius, when that thing goes off, that's how much room you have to dedicate to preventing it from blowing up other systems. A gyro will work. Yeah, I could put a gyro up in there too. The problem is, if I put a gyro in there, it's going to interfere with that ion thruster, and that ion thruster is going to blow it up eventually. I have put gyros in the sides of them, but that creates issues if that thing blows up. It's not going to, the gyros are tough enough, they don't completely destroy. So then you got something like that floating around inside your ship. This here prevents a chain reaction from happening. But yeah, for a regular hydrogen, for like a large ship hydrogen tank, that's what you need. And then to kill the damage going in all directions, you have to have that much more room. Whereas with this, it's significantly smaller. It doesn't require that much room. And I don't have to worry about when the explosion goes off, it's fairly localized. It's like 1 or 2 blocks up, so none of my critical systems are anywhere near this. If this one right here underneath the reactor blows up, it has no effect on the reactor whatsoever, because it only destroys the block in front of it. It might slightly damage the reactor. There may be some kind of damage, but will have near zero effect on it. And a gyro would work if I could figure out if I had something on the side here, like right here, it would work. But if one of these gets taken out, it'll blow the gyro loose and it'll just bounce around, and I still have to access these conveyors. Let me see here. Let's go ahead. Alright, all components are in there. Let's go make up the components I need. I think it's all iron. Production. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just max this thing out to like 50. 48. There we go. Alright, so now we have a bunch of stuff being built. I'm going to snatch a little bit of it and go do a little bit of welding while I'm at it. It's about 3:09. I've got a few more minutes and then I'll have to go. Hey. That's weird. Yee, got close to that asteroid right there. Alright, what am I doing? I can just auto grab all this stuff. For some reason I ain't got no sound. That's weird. Alright, but it's turning into what I want it to turn into, so that's working. I do like that, how that's another thing Keen doesn't do, and that is remove stuff that doesn't need to be removed. They recognize things are an asset to a game. Why is the ship moving? What is moving? Hold up now. Okay, I'm not moving there. Okay, we've got a slight deviation that is moving, and this is moving as well into position, which I don't need it to do right now because it's going to get in the way of everything. Wonderful. That's a whole new issue right there. Big tank make way too much damage. Yeah. They also make good armor. Yeah, they do make good armor. And light lips here gives a good question. And light armor doesn't reduce it. It's not that it doesn't reduce it. What happens with the armor blocks, even if I put heavy armor in between it, so let me show you what I'm talking about here. No, not that. Let me grab the. Okay, we'll grab the assault rifle out here because we're not going to need that anymore. I'll show you what I'm talking about with this. So it really doesn't matter what you're putting in the middle of it. What the problem is when you shoot something. You see how the blocks deform? As it turns out, when they deform into a certain direction, that deformity starts causing damage to the block next to it. So if I have light armor in between those and one of them blows, that split-second deformation is going to transfer into the next component, which could disable a hydrogen tank, or it could start a chain reaction this close and start sapping other hydrogen tanks. With large hydrogen tanks, there's enough of an explosion in them that they will detonate. Whereas if you have a non-deforming block, say like this block here, doesn't matter how much I hit it, it doesn't deform. So once this thing's HP reaches 0, it's just going to disappear. It will not damage this other deal. And now I got to repair this block. There we go. I got some steel on me. You see the bullet holes just disappearing off of it. So yeah, all the blocks that are surrounding this hydrogen tank, that's why you put armored door blocks in between it, is as another way of mitigating the blast. Because armored door blocks, they're already really tough. They can take a lot of damage. But I found it doesn't take a whole lot. Like a corridor block is enough to stop it from blowing up. Which really, fuck, that's what I should have done. I should have put corridor blocks in between this thing. In between each one of these things. That would have made more damn sense. My God. And then I could completely avoid, but then I still got to figure out what... Then I could do whatever the heck I wanted in between here, and I could just have the inner areas to work on. My God, I am dumb sometimes. Sometimes I'm amazed at my own stupidity. All right, let's look here. What we got? Okay, all components were successfully withdrawn for everything. This is the last thing I'm going to weld up. And then I got to go get my kid. And then she's probably going to want to play Monster Hunter. Or she's going to want to play something else. So the games that me and her play are... She likes playing Monster Hunter. I play Minecraft with her sometimes. I like Minecraft. It is just not my cup of tea. Since I have this game, this has been the thing that I have really put my time and effort into, is Space Engineers. I love it because of some of the stuff that's on here. I'm going to have to put the gyros in at some point and stop this thing. I'm going to have to wrest control of this ship and get it right-ended because something is moving. I don't think it's this. I think it's the entire station. Wait a minute. Is that what it is? Maybe. Is this a station or a ship? Info. Oh. Okay. That makes sense. Do I have gyroscopic stabilizers on here? Or do I have a gyroscope? If not, we shall take this down. Yeah, I have no gyros. I could probably put a gyro on this thing and get it to working. That would be pointless though, because I want to... Okay, now we're going to go back in. Info. Convert that to station so it doesn't move anymore. I didn't realize that was an issue. Yeah, I think I'm losing a pipe or something down there. Let's go get that, because that's materials. I'm going to need that. There we go. We got all that back. And that's further away now from the original ship. It also won't move as much. Need to remember that next time I do this. I'm going to have to... One of my big builds, even with 3 blocks in between it, it still caused a chain reaction, destroyed half the ship. Yeah, if you put the regular blocks in between, we're going to just... I'm going to set back here to distance because that's what we're doing at the moment. I'm fixing to be heading off. But yeah, you need a non-deforming block. Armor blocks will not do it. Even interior blocks will not do it. You need a block that when you shoot it, it will not deform, because that has become a thing where if it deforms, it will damage the block next to it. And if you cause an explosion with a hydrogen tank, it will damage. I did a test a while back and showed y'all it in one of my videos where I shot it with the F302 that I built, and it blew up, and all it did was damage the blocks around it. So the way this is designed, you'll notice that there's a singular pipeline going in between, two singular pipelines going in between all this, and then that's connected up with several different redundancy connections. And what happens is, if that thing blows up, it's only going to damage the corridor blocks in between the two tanks and the conveyor blocks that are on the ends of the tanks. It will not damage the main line. So then once that's done, it's just going in there, figuring out what hydrogen tanks are messed up, and then replacing them, and then fixing all the stuff in between it. That way you've got, this is actually, I know it takes up a lot of room, but you actually, for the price of one major hydrogen tank, you're getting 1 million extra liters of hydrogen fuel with this setup. And it can be reconfigured any other direction. I did a configuring of one of these one time where it would make perfect Star Trek nacelles if you wanted to build a nacelle style ship. The only thing you would have to do is you'd have to probably angle them in such a, you probably have to put them in there long ways, and there'd have to be enough distance between the two of them that you could redundant each one with a redundancy. You'll have to have like one strip going underneath it in between one block over, and then you could have a 16 by 16 nacelle, which is absolutely on pylons far away from your main systems, and it won't blow it up. But that is something you can do with this. You could actually, you can build, I'll do a video on that. If y'all want to see the Star Trek nacelle design, I'll build it and I'll show it to you. Because all it requires is where your main line connects to it, you just need to connect, you just need like a junction area to connect it with. And then you can just stack small hydrogen tanks in there and make the biggest nacelle you want, or you can add a second layer of nacelle to it, and you can build pretty functional Star Trek ships and go flying through the universe with them. And I think if built properly, you might be able to integrate, well, I know you can put you'll be able to put thrusters in the back and thrusters on the front. You might be able to integrate a few small ship thrusters, or just have one big thruster on the back. It would be big enough you could put one big thruster on the back of it, and then just build like a nacelle cover for everything. And then you would have a Star Trek ship. Actually, you know what? I'll not only do the video showing y'all how to do that this weekend. That'll be the Friday video if y'all want it. Just put an 07 in the chat if you guys want to see that. And I'll show y'all the nacelle design with this pieced in, because you could like get Brocked. I have wanted to try and figure out how to build a frigate for the Get Brocked thing that they're doing right now with Outlands, and hand it off to one of the hand the design off to one of the factions, because you can make a because already the con ships in there proved that they were durable by putting the batteries everywhere. Imagine a ship you can hit the hydrogen tank and they only lose like 1 million liters of hydrogen. They still keep going, and you're like, what the hell did we hit? Was that ammunition or a hydrogen tank? You keep hitting it, you keep seeing explosions off this frigate, and the damn thing just doesn't die. Yeah, I'm in psycho mad scientist mode now. But anyway, I'll read up a few more stuff because I'm gonna have to take off here real quick. Convert to station, yeah, we've done that already. Young kid, no, she's fixing to go into high school here pretty soon. So I mean, she's not young, but she's a spitting image of her mom, but she's going to be taller than her. So she's going to be, her mom is already really, really, really pretty at 5'4". She's going to be hitting my height, and I'm like 6'2". She's going to come probably about 2 or 3 inches under me. So she's going to be close to, when she gets older, I say this all the time, she's going to look like a supermodel, and I'm going to have to get like some beanbag rounds for my shotgun so I can deal with all the riffraff that shows up wanting to run off with her. But other than that, yeah, yeah, she likes to play She likes Monster Hunter. She likes mostly she plays on Roblox, which I have to police that thing all the time. I wish she would get off Roblox so I wouldn't have to police what she plays on there. But she likes, mostly she's got a Switch. She loves playing Switch. If I still had a PlayStation, she'd probably play that. But she likes playing on her Switch. I've got a PC now, and she plays some PC games that I've got. If I can get a controller up for it, which I've got one here. If I can head in a controller for it, and she'll play it. She likes playing those. But yeah. Anyway, I have to pick her up at 3:30, and it's 3:23 where I'm at right now. So anyway, love you guys being on. We've been doing some cool stuff. Let me check this because I'm still in survival mode. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, thank you all for watching this little stream. We checked out the new blocks. Going to be doing some stuff, and I may do a vanilla series at the crash ship where I'll do a little bit more, not serious gameplay, but I'll pull out the stops. And it'll be Escape from the Red Crash. That's what'll happen. And I'll probably build some kind of Star Trek looking ship that just looks amazing if I can get it done. That'll be the kicker. I'll have to figure out how to get it done. But anyway, as always, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty, all y'all. And just be safe out there. Lots of crazies. And I will see you guys this Friday. Y'all see me Friday in the video when I show y'all how to do those struts. Gamer bonding, I will say this before I go. I will say this. The reason I play games with my kid was because when I was younger, I ran into a father and son, and his son was off in college, and that was their bonding moment while he was off at college. They would get on the game, and they would play Monster Hunter together. And I sat back and I told my wife after we got married, I said, I'm doing that because another thing one of my pastors told me, those of y'all that are going to be dads, let me explain this. This is a bit of advice I got from an elderly pastor. It's the best advice about being a father. Do not make your kids sit at the table. Get down on the floor with your kids. If you're going to have a discussion, you get on the floor with them. You get on their level. You don't try to bring them up to yours. They don't understand, and they're not old enough to understand things at your level. Get down on the floor and play cards with them. Play whatever they're playing, take an interest in it. My kid likes Star Wars stuff. She likes Pokemon cards. She likes video games. And fortunately, I like some of that stuff. And I said, when she said, Dad, I want Pokemon cards, I said, okay, let's go get you a starter deck. We got her an electric starter deck, and now it's the most nightmarish little Pikachu cutesy deck I've ever seen. My kid walks in there and starts bitch